Okay, first question, Tom, Zach?
I think Tom.
Tom, yeah.
Mike, both the numbers and the eyeballs kind of show that this team defensively this year just isn't as good as you were last year. Is there anything you can pinpoint to what the reasons are behind that?
Xavier Johnson and Race Thompson are sitting on the sideline. And the X has been out a while now, who anchors, and guarding the ball coming up the floor and does a lot of pretty good things defensively for us. So that's why we're struggling a little bit defensively. We got two starters that are sitting on the sideline. And I'm reaching trying to figure out who's going to replace that.
Yeah.
Just a big picture, Coach. Earlier in the year, you guys won at Xavier, a good team. You beat North Carolina here. Now back to back, lose a 21-point lead in Iowa, losing home to Northwestern. Now, where do you think things are at, and what issues do you see that are fixable?
Well, you got to keep practicing and we got to keep working. Nobody's going to feel sorry for the Indiana Hoosiers. And yes, we got key guys that are sitting on the bench, not in uniform. But we got other guys that are in uniform, they've got to step up and play. And, I thought tonight, getting down early, we struggled, early on. Now, maybe I have to tinker with the lineup again. I thought starting Geronimo, I thought he would give us a lift being a junior. And the fact that he's done it. And, and I'm by no means am I blaming it on Geronimo, but we got off to such a slow start that 17 down to a good team like that, they're playing well. And so I'm not taking anything away from them. They played a hell of a game, and we got down early, and it was a dogfight trying to get back, and we could never get back.
Yeah.
Like
This is sort of procedural, but number one, did you guys tinker with a little zone there? I think in the second half, and number two, do you think of maybe because you're shorthanded, some guys that are so good for you on the ball, sort of fiddling with the defense, trying some different looks that way?
We played a lot of zone, more zone than I've ever played as a coach. We picked up and we pressed her, in a 2-2-1 back to a 2-3. So yeah, I am trying to change it up a little bit. But still, no excuse. We gave up 80 points tonight, and you're not going to beat very many teams in a Big Ten giving up 80.
Like to that end, 16 turnovers led to 25 points for Northwestern. A lot of them turnovers were by some of the younger players. What's the message you give to them, and is this something that they just have to fight through a little bit?
Well, again, it's when you're dealing with young players, things like that happen. And as well as Jalen played today, he had 6 turnovers, and the turnovers that we had led to 25, 26 points, man, and that's tough to overcome. And so we got to be better in that area, and we have been. We've been averaging right at 12 a game, and 16 don't seem like a whole lot, but it's how you turn it over that leads to points and that puts you behind.
Jim.
Mike, talking about the points and points off turnovers, slow starts that have been kind of gotten to be a regular thing. But defensively, what can you change? But it's something different. It seems every game. This time it was the points off turnovers, like you mentioned, it got down to at least 24-0 before Indiana was able to put some on that side of the ledger. But what can you do defensively when you see that that's coming to try to alter that? And slow that down so it does not create such a hole.
It ain't rocket science, gentlemen. You got to work harder. You got to work harder. And I think they've outworked us the last 2 games, even though you just said that we got off to a great start at Iowa, I think. So, but we didn't sustain it because the second half they outworked us. And, it's something that we got to continue to work. It's not going. Nobody's just going to hand deliver you wins. We got to go earn a win. So, we got to go to Penn State now and see what we made of.
Alex?
Like when you say work harder, are you specifically talking just about defense or
Play harder?
Or everything?
Play harder, everything, both sides of the ball. It's my job to get them to play harder, and that might cure a lot of problems when you're struggling.
Jeff,
Mike, obviously, Trace played the whole game today, and he's been battling through, the back troubles he's had. I mean, first off, just what effort were you getting from him today? And, how much of a balance do you have to strike between, I guess, wanting to make sure he's healthy down the road, but not wanting to keep your best player on the floor?
Well, the guy had 18 and 24 points. 24 rebounds, 18 points and 24 rebounds. I'd say he played a solid game. When you're 17 down and you're searching, you surely don't want your best player sitting over there next to you. And I thought he played his butt off, gave us all he could give us, but we fell short.
last question.
Mike, this is the second straight game you guys have fouled a lot, given a lot of free throws. I know some of that at the end was intentionally fouled to get back in the game, but what do you think has been the reason for the fouling and for sending other teams to the line as much as that?
Well, again, when you're down and you have to press, 10 of those fouls came at the very end, 10 points. So if you hadn't been in the game, you maybe had not had the foul, and the fouls would have been pretty evenly. I thought we shot a few fouls ourselves. I don't know what we ended up shooting. We were 10 for 14. They were 19 for 28, but all of those came because we had to press and get back in the game and slow the clock down. So, we haven't been fouling a whole lot. We just got to make our free throws. We were a little bit better in that area tonight. It cost us, I thought, at the Iowa game.
All right, Coach, thank you.